Hello everyone, welcome back to Atreyu Crochet. So I promised you guys a video in which I would show you how to block something that's curling. The last scarf tutorial that I uploaded was this tube scarf, this tubular shaped scarf. And I told you that if you didn't want it like this, if you want to actually be able to see the beautiful crisscross pattern on the inside, then I would make a tutorial showing you how to block it so that it stays like this. Well, that's what I'm going to be doing today. But I'm not going to be doing it with this tubular scarf because I actually like it. And I told you that I would try to find something else that I could block. So I did. So we will move this tubular scarf, this beautiful tubular scarf. It's going to stay the way it is. But as promised, I did find something. So when I was kind of just creating a swatch using the Tunisian crochet stitch, I think this is the simple stitch if I remember correctly. Yeah, it has a tendency to curl, as you can see. So we're going to be blocking this. Alright, let's get started. Things you will need include something that needs to be blocked. Here you go. You're going to need some pens, okay? Whatever kind of pens you want. Just make sure that they are rust resistant because you don't want them to rust and then that rust color to get into your work. Okay, you're gonna need some blocking boards. You're gonna need some sort of dish soap. I like this. I like Myers Clean Day. I'm not affiliated, or they're not paying me for this, but I do like the scents. This happens to be Acorn Spice. It doesn't matter, you guys. Whatever you have, whatever you wash your dishes with, just going to use a couple of drops and your solution of water. For me, since I'm doing this on video, I'm just using this little bucket of warm water. Okay, you don't want it to be hot. You want it to be lukewarm. And yeah, you could use your sink if you want. Obviously clean your sink out and then put the warm water in. But I thought it would be easier for me to just bring a bucket here, especially since what I am trying to block is very small. And lastly, you'll need a towel, just some sort of towel, any towel that you would use so that we can remove the excess water. All right, let's get to this. So we're going to start out with this bucket of lukewarm water. Okay, and we're just going to add a couple of drops in our solution. Not too much. You don't want to have so much of it in there that you need to rinse it out. Okay, and I'm just going to swirl this around ever so gently. Okay, you may get a few bubbles. That's normal. That's expected. Now we're going to take what we're going to block and we're going to put it in the water like that. Okay, and now we're going to let this sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, you guys, so as you can see, we have less than 10 seconds left of those 20 minutes. So once this goes off, stop it. And now it is time to bring this excess water out. Okay, so you want to have your towel ready. I'm just going to be using this white, really absorbent towel that I have. Obviously, if you were working with a larger piece like the scarf or something, you might need like a regular size drying towel or something like that, bath towel. But this little bitty baby is not that big. So the way you want to squeeze the excess water is you want to do just that, squeeze it. Okay? Notice I'm just squeezing. I'm not wringing. You never want to wring because you could really distort the shape of your piece, your crochet work or knit work, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so just squeeze. Okay, we will move the water out of the way now, and we're gonna lie our piece down like that. Okay, and now we want to just roll it up in the towel. Okay, This will help to absorb the extra excess water. Once again, I'm not grabbing this and twisting. No, you don't want to wring. You only want to just allow it to absorb the water. I'm patting it in this case, okay? Alright, so now I'm going to unroll this. You can see I don't know if you can see, but there is, you can see where the water is kind of going through there. It's a slightly different color. Okay, so that's good. That's what we want. Alright, so we will unravel this, and now it's time to actually start blocking. So we're going to grab our blocking pad. Obviously, as I said before, if you were doing a full scarf, you might need multiple. Well, you would need more than one of these for sure. If you're doing like a shawl or a throw or something, you'll really need many more than just one. But also you'll need the space. Make sure you have the space. But that's not my problem right now, right? Because I just have this little bitty baby. So we have it here, and now we want to grab our pens, and then you just want to block it. You want to insert the pins right where you want. I guess, how do I say it? You want to insert your pen such that it retains the shape that you want. So I'll start in the corner and just push it in to this spongy, foamy pad. Okay? And you can put how many ever you want to make sure that that is the case, but I'm just putting them all along the edge, making sure that it's lined up the way I want it. Okay? Now I'm going to do, you could do the corner, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that it's the desired shape that you want. Okay? So for instance, say I wanted this to come out, I don't, but say I wanted it to come out farther for some reason. Some weird reason I wanted that to extend out. Then when I put the pen, I would pull it out like that, and then put the pen in so that it jutted out like that. I don't really want that, so I'm going to let it go back in. But you notice I do want this corner to go out more, just so it's more of a square. So that will be a case where I do pull it out a little bit before pinning it. So I'll go like that. See how that is? Okay. Alright, now it's time to do these, the bottom and top. So just put your pens, like I said, in such a way that you get the desired shape, and make sure that they're actually going through the yarn. Okay. Now it's time to do the top. And they do sell, I don't know if they're called like these blocking bars, but it's basically multiple pens in one. And you just put the bar down and it's multiple pens, so you don't have to worry about placing the pens individually, or as many pens individually. So, alright, so this is the shape that I want. I'll close this up to make sure I don't drop any and step on them. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so this is essentially our work pinned to the blocking board, and now my work is done. Now I just want to wait until this actually dries. So I'm going to check back in. This is completely dry, and then I will remove the pens and show you that it will no longer curl. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I am back. I let this sit overnight, several hours. It hasn't been quite 24 hours, but I wanted to make sure that it was dry. That is very important, you guys. You don't want to remove the pens until you're sure that your work is dry. And I even put it in front of a fan kind of to expedite the drying process. Okay, so I'm ready to take these pins out, and I'm ready for this to no longer curl up on itself. I'm going to grab my case of pins, and I'm going to, as I remove these pins, put them directly back into the case so that I don't accidentally drop any on the floor and step on it, because that would be bad because they hurt. Alright, so yeah, just take them out. Okay, and I don't know if you guys saw, but I did go back and added a few more pins. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna take them out. This is the exciting part. Just kind of hold it down because I put them in kind of deep just to make sure that they stayed in place. Okay, so you remember before it was really curling. Okay, alright guys, so this is what you have. Okay, it's been blocked, and after thinking about it, maybe it would have been a good idea to pin it down on the other side, since it wants to tend to curl this way to go the other way. But you know, this is still sufficient. This is still much better than what it was, right? And now I can use it, you know, as a placemat for a cup or saucer or something like that. A lot of these swatches that I create when I'm practicing a pattern before I create a video, I'll use as coasters for cups and plates and things like that, or hot pads. So this is basically how you block things. And there are different ways to block things. You can block things with steam, you can block things with water the way we did here. Depending on the fabric, you can use an iron. Okay, it all depends on the type of yarn or material that you're using, because as you know, certain materials they don't work well with high heat, like this acrylic yarn that I have right here. Ideally, once you block whatever your project is, you shouldn't have to block it again, but as you see, it's very easy to block, so it's not a big deal to have to do it again. So I'm going to leave a link to all the things that I used in this video, if I can find them, in the description box, so definitely check that out. Find a creative and discreet way to include the word Lego. Like Lego? I'm thinking blocks, but yeah, I want Lego. And remember, discreet. So when I say discreet, that means do not capitalize the word in question. I swear it's like pulling teeth to get some of you to be discreet. I remember the word that I gave you guys, so you don't need to highlight it for me. Ah, you guys are too cute. Alright. Let me get out of here. So yeah. Lego. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. But you know, I'll see you. I'm forgetting what I usually say. But yeah. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. But you know, I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, happy crocheting. Alright guys, me being the perfectionist that I am, I did go ahead and block it the other direction with it face down. And so now it's dry, so I'm going to remove these pins and see what we have. Okay, thanks for watching to this point. So now you know how to block. So block whatever you need to, and I'm leaving for real this time.